Leo, if you've ever felt betrayed or rejected, I need you to get butt naked. And I'm not playing, but we're going to get further and realistically, truthfully, into why, if you have Black Moon Lilith in Leo, or Black Moon Lilith in the fifth house, that is going to be a ritual that I'm going to explain, but stick to the end of the video to better understand why. Leo, one of your greatest pain is being rejected for being radiant. Early on, you likely had parents or people who role modeled in a way for you that was tremendously narcissistic. You've dealt with people who look to continuously, especially your parents as the child, to steal your flame, to steal your light. They saw so much magnetic beauty and radiance within you. They saw how much you deserved to be adorned, and they refused to give it because it felt like they were taking something from themselves. And this is something where, like, you heard my throat. The truth of this is very painful, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper. But understand, Black Moon Lilith and Leo is about the pain of being seen, the pain of performing, and getting credit for what you deserve. So hit the thumbs up and likes button, Leo. We're going to dig deeper into this about your magnetism, your pain, your struggle, and your radiance. How do you step out of this? Some rituals will be included, some herbs, and so much more. So, Leo, hit the thumbs up and likes button and subscribe if you're brand new. Let's dive in for Lilith in the fifth house. All right. This energetic influence is something that you really want to activate in our 3-day Shamanic Alchemy webinar, where I'm going to be teaching you live. Come with your chart ready and your zodiac signs, and we'll walk through this. And subscribe if you are brand new, Leo. I appreciate you for being here. Black Moon Lilith in Leo is a sign that has been burned at the stake for living a neurotic and exotic life, for playing with their sensuality in a way that truly did deserve the attention of their lifetime. And in past lives, and if not past life, in your early education, this can literally be in high school from the ages of about 14 years old to 19, you may have been shamed sexually, and it seemed to really hurt you deep at the heart level, where you may have dated somebody, you may have had a lover who were from a past life, and they looked to actually steal your light. They dated you because you were so powerful that they felt, if I can control you, then I can feel powerful within myself. I can take your glory. I can take everything bright, brilliant, and radiant within you. You were somebody who was full of play and laughter. I feel like I want to suck and drain that in a vampiric way. Black Moon Lilith deals with this type of vampirism, and it's something where, again, like I said, you might have that deep internal feeling in your heart, like, damn, like, why am I being punished? Why am I being exiled? Why am I for just shining too bright? Like, somewhere along the way, no doubt in my mind, you have shined too bright, and you begin to believe that somewhere along the way. But I'm telling you right now, it's a lie. And I want you to say down in the chat, I'm worth shining as bright as a diamond. I am worth shining as bright as a diamond. So understand that, somebody may have said that you were vain or potentially selfish for the way you danced, and you wanted to gain attention of all the boys or all the girls because you were, dancing, and they were like, oh, who she thinks she is, or something like that. Or you just did a piece of art, and you were painting, you had a certain stroke that was just magnificent, it was unique, it was yourself, and people wanted to, pin you down and blame you and create a sense of shame deep within your, like, as if you did something bad, you did something wrong. And this happened at a very deep unconscious level where you don't fully know, and it may not be something from this lifetime. If it hasn't happened, don't look just for this lifetime, but understand it can happen where you've repressed that memory from alternate versions and timelines of yourself. So being playful and be creative is literally your pain. You may completely deny your artistic abilities, as well as the variety you have. Black Moon Lilith in the fifth house is usually great at everything. If not everything, so many things. But phenomenal, like the best at it. The type of energy where you're the role model and people see you as such. But the pain is you might not get the credit for that. You might not. You might feel consistently rejected. You might feel consistently like you've been neglected, or that you are in relationships with lovers who want to be competitive with you. You might be the woman and the man wants to compete with you. You might be the man with this black moon Lilith in Leo, and the woman wants to compete with you in a toxic masculine. So you do deal with toxic masculine energy, but from the feminine perspective of creativity and absorbing, the sensuality of the goddesses, the solar deities that exist as a sun sign. So Leo, you need to check your sun sign and your astrology chart to better understand this. If you want to get deeper at a personal level, you can obviously book a one-on-one meeting with me. There's a link down below in the chat to do that. Or you can look and join in with my 3-day Shamanic Alchemy. Maybe we can help you through that alchemy, through the fire elements, on how to work through this ability and gift as we move forward to your magnetism. But before we move to your magnetism, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new. And understand this, there is oftentimes, as a part of the pain, a deep betrayal by the audience that you were performing for. And this is deep, this is tough. It could have been a tribe where you were dancing and you were doing something that everybody was like, and their heart level, their energetic frequency, their aura was lifting, but they felt like it lifted because of you and not because of their own efforts, and they got jealous of it. They felt like, you know what, like, I don't like her, I don't like him. And it's like, that's not the truth. It was a projection. Okay, so understand that because you are naturally a very raw, radiant, magnificent person, there's something where the audience, the tribe, and especially a lover, this happens very much in loving romantic relationships. You might feel like you just can't have a phenomenal love story, and I'm telling you, and I promise you, this is just not true. Okay, don't let those betrayals continue to stick in your psyche and make you believe that you're not deserving of being adorned, because you flat out are. But this is one of your deep core pains that oftentimes you'll like to hide through either silence, through humor, through sarcasm, or through drama, right? So be careful with Black Moon Lilith in Leo, Black Moon Lilith in the 5th house, of becoming more dramatic or becoming completely silent and silencing your voice. Leo has a lot of energy linked to the throat chakra as well as the third eye. So I have another video out there about the 9 psychic abilities of the fire signs, 3 per fire sign. So you could check that video out as well, and maybe you'll learn more about your psychic abilities and your raw repressed energies at an emotional level, because Leo, you are an emotional energy that is here to externalize what is deeply passionate and powerfully adorned within your own heart space. And so when you lock off and repress your emotions, you basically lock off your art, your dance, your ability to impress, to gain attention, which can be linked towards your ability to become a powerful entrepreneur. So you may have been in this life or past life an entrepreneur, or you have the spirit of an entrepreneur who wants to go off and create finances and earnings for themselves because you deserve it. Deserve. Say, I deserve it down in the chat if you're here. I deserve it. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. And smile when you say it. But we're going to get to your ritual when you're trying to get butt naked a little bit later. So do keep in, last one is, a deep core pain might be being shamed for your sexual performance. You might have literally laid it down on somebody. Whether you're a man or woman, you might have, bam! You might have given them that ookie dookie, you know what I mean? But they may have shamed you. They may have felt like you were literally bad in the bedroom. You were literally bad for creating this performance or doing this role play, or for wearing the high heels with the costume where you literally killed it. Like, right? Like anybody else would be completely magnetized and just drop their jaw and their panties and their bank account and everything for you. But you may have been shamed by somebody who saw that power, and they were like, look, I'm not willing to share it. I want to tame you. I want to have power over you because this was so impressive. I can never let you know, because if you know how special you are, then I lose you. And that comes from a very weak beta mindset human, weak ass consciousness. Don't let that weakness break you up, okay? So let's move into now your magnetism. Okay, Leo in the 5th house, okay? Black Moon Lilith in the 5th house. Your magnetism is the fact that you're this solar-powered mystic who is a truth teller through the movement of their body, the energetic movement of their sensuality, and your ability, even through pure silence, to draw people in ways that feel tremendously mystical and mysterious, where they don't fully understand. A lot of times, neither do you, why, even with this person being silent, does their presence feel so alluring. It's so powerfully inspiring, and it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel, erotic within my own being, within my blood. It just boils in your presence, right? People literally get this arousal, where on the downside, like we said, they might want to tame you, but in your magnetism, you are literally untamable. You are feral by default. You have the presence of a lioness who wakes up at the dawn, who just sits there regal, and she just and you do something as simple as yawn, where all it was you doing was being real, right? Oh wow, look at the wind. Oh my God, did you see that? Like yo, I'm talking to you right now. You are awakening. Black Moon Lilith and Leo. You are in the process of becoming what you have truly always been, and your magnetism is about being unapologetic with your right, with the deserving energy of being your authentic self and expressing your solar and mystical abilities through sheer presence, through the kingly nature of the sun itself, which is the god of all the other zodiacs, all the other planets, right? Like you're literally the queen, okay, or the king, depending on who you are. You might not want to identify because you can't be tamed by an identification of masculine and feminine, but you're the one wearing the crown. That's all you need to know. You are somebody who is magnetically drawing people in through sacred and erotic play. So you might find yourself being, a dancer where, again, like whether in a strip setting or not, like this erotic, even if it's behind closed door, this erotic sensual play is a part of this regalness you carry. Like it is so sensually creative that at the end of the day, it can be used to manifest in those entrepreneurial endeavors where people are just going to want to buy your stuff. And the thing is, your best ability with your magnetism is just by being flat out real. And what is being real for you is actually usually doing what you're truly afraid to do when it comes to shining and allowing yourself to be adorned. So you have to literally give yourself the emotional permission to feel deserving and to feel adorned, to feel welcome, to feel like it's okay, and more than okay, it's welcomed to electrify a room, to authentically express, be, and live as yourself, to literally like respect the fact that you're untamable, because again, you will through your core wounds have people address you and try to tame you, and when they cannot, you will actually grow in power, because Leo does grow through the smoke, right? Like when you handle difficult and complex situations in a way that someone trying to lock you down is unable to, you grow in confidence, you grow in raw power, you grow in this divine sense of play with the dark. Because think about it, the sun is in space, right? But what is it surrounded by? Space, the void, nothing, right? A bunch of smaller stars. You're the largest star, so everybody will always see you no matter where you are in the room. Black Moon, Lilith, and Leo, okay? No matter where you are in the room, everyone will envy you to some extent. Everyone will be jealous of you to some extent. But understand that jealousy is something that is here for you to inspire. That's your magnetism. It's here for you to create enthusiasm within the hearts of others, to get them to wake up their own erotic sense of play and divine willpower, to be confident in the things that you create and manifest with that sensual and sacred sexuality of yours. Express it outwards and honor your emotions. Honoring your emotional state and well-being is how you draw people in more deeply. So now I'm going to move on to your gift for the world, Leo. All right, Leo, you are Black Moon Lilith in the fifth house. You are the shamanic performer. Okay, I love this gift and ability for you because through song, through art, through story, through music, through dance, you truly do inspire. You remind people to play, to have fun, to lighten up a little bit, to not take things too serious, to realize that things come and go. Like again, 14 years old to 19 years old, to know that you date, that you might have sex, and that it don't gotta always be the most committal thing. Like it could just be for fun. And you don't have to feel shamed for that, for deciding that I just want to have a partner. Right now I'm worried and focused on myself, and a part of myself is just my sexual pleasure, and I don't got anything more for you. Okay, but to be honest and upfront with that, and not allow that shame. The gift to the world is to help people heal through sexual traumas that they have experienced for themselves. This is a key thing for you, for Black Moon, Lilith, and Leo. You're healing others through your own personal radiance and the stories that you tell about how you've overcome lack of confidence, how you've overcome, the dismissal of what you deserve, and respect that you're here to be gifted beautiful radiance, gifted in a regal way. So you're also here to teach people how to work through healing their inner child. Black Moon Lilith in the fifth house You are naturally here to heal the inner child. And you don't have to necessarily focus on creating content that's about the inner child. But I would say do a little research and just understand it. And through that understanding, you naturally will start to teach people through your own practices of even moments in your life where you weren't necessarily having sexual relations that were true to your heart at the fullest, or maybe they were, but now as you age and mature, like time says, it's time for sacred sexuality, where you start reserving your sexual energy, you start utilizing it for intention and not just for random play. And so this allows you to really put it towards your sexual energy and help others heal your gift to the world through sacred and spiritual practices, right? Whether that's tantra, working with the kundalini energy and breath work. So your gift to the world is a lot to do with this. It's about moving from being just a performer, okay? As a shamanic performer, you're moving from just a performer into the energy of the priestess or the priest, right? And so other than that, your gift to the world is to literally be seen. When you allow yourself to be seen, you give permission for the rest of the world to be seen in their natural, regal, and divine nature. All right, Black Moon Lilith and Leo. Leo in the fifth house is also here to realize that this can be very healing. To be seen is not always going to be egoic. It's not always going to be your pride getting in a way. And I feel like most times you need to lean more towards trying to be more prideful, trying to serve yourself and your own personal needs more because you've been shamed so much. I seen a shadow in the corner. They coming for you. And understand that that's always going to happen. Like you shine brightest in the room, you're always going to be surrounded by darkness, right? But it's your darkness that is what creates your greatest light. So that's your gift to the world. Now, the last gift you have to the world is it's your rage, okay? It's your grief, it's your sadness, right, Leo? Like these things, it's the lust that you've experienced or that you have inexperienced, right? This can be something that is all these negative type emotions can live within you and become a dance. You dance with grief, you dance with rage, you dance with frustration, you dance with lust. And it's all happening at an internal level where this becomes a poetic expression of your life's purpose and your gift to the world. This becomes a ritualistic fire that at the end of the day, it all lives inside of all of us. And Black Moon Lilith in Leo is literally here to show that none of these things are worth repressing any longer. Hit the thumbs up and likes button and empower others to be sovereign in their own soul's expression. Empower others to no longer perform in a way that is for attention, if that's what you're doing, but to perform as the priestess. Perform not to please, but to liberate the souls, the hearts, okay, of others that have experienced grief and difficult moments in life where they've experienced shame and rejection and feeling like I don't belong here. It's like others, what? You belong. I want you to type that down in the chat. I belong. And I'm going to get into some rituals for you, Leo. So Leo, here's my ritual for you. I want you to burn a candle. You can choose your color and what color resonates with you the most because again, you see auras. And this is one of your psychic abilities that I have in another video about the 9 most powerful psychic abilities of the fire signs. And one of your psychic abilities is aura reading and you can read auras. So you need to see the candle for yourself. You pick the color. But burn this candle and when you do, I want you to speak a truth. Start with just one. Speak a truth out loud. Something that you feel has been rejected by the world at large. Something that you feel that you've been shamed for. But speak this truth now, understanding that, it is sacred, literally, to allow yourself to shine. Now, while this candle is burning, I need you to get a mirror. And I meant it earlier, so I was going to get back to this. And with that mirror, I need you to get butt naked, okay? And I need you to dance in the mirror. So put on some music that emotes a certain feeling of yours that you feel like you feel free. It liberates your body. No one's here. No one's watching. Dance butt naked in front of that mirror. And as you do, I want you to look at each body part one by one. Look at your finger and just admire it. Like, wow, my nails are so beautiful. Like, I have beautiful feet. Like, I always feel like this as a male. Like, I just look in the mirror at your feet. And just admire your feet while dancing and allowing yourself to just be free and flow and look at your boobs and look at your penis and look at your glutes and look at your thighs and look at your knees and appreciate the smallest parts of you. And as you do this, with this candle burning and speaking that truth out loud and understanding that truth that you speak, because I feel like this is a shamanic placement of yours, it could be literally that. Ooh, hey. It may be literally anything, right? It doesn't have to be English. And so when you allow yourself to do this, it's something where it brings me to your final affirmation. When you allow yourself to do this, and have this affirmation off to the side, my light is not a threat. It is a blessing as I burn medicine. My light is not a threat. It is a blessing as I burn medicine. Like you literally burn as the medicine of everything we spoke about as for your gift in the world and your magnetism, right? You are here to literally reclaim the throne. That is your purpose, is your mission for Black Moon Lilith in Leo or Black Moon Lilith in the fifth house. And try that ritual. Do dance with it. Do make awkward exotic ass noises, because remember the opposite shadow side of yourself, which Lilith and Leo represents the shadow of Aquarius, right? Is to literally be uniquely and eccentrically yourself, right? Find more ways to be unconventionally brilliant within your expression. And this starts behind closed doors, naked, in front of the mirror with you yourself. When you see yourself for truly what you are, no one else can tell you different at that point. And do this as many times as you need. Do this as a morning ritual for 7 days straight in a row. And watch how much power you reclaim as a part of your throne that you were born with and here to lead for. Leo, thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button. Let me know down in the chat which of these videos would you like to see next? What Lilith do you have? If you watch this and it wasn't for you, but maybe for a partner or somebody you love, what would you like to see as for the Lilith series? And also let me know a little bit about your experience. If you feel courageous, which you are naturally as a Leo, all right? But understand that this is a channel where you are completely safe. No matter what you say, it will not be judged here. Because I promise you, I will literally crucify anybody who tries to knock on one of my people. That's how I am. That's how I roll. So that said, hit the thumbs up and likes button. Subscribe if you're brand new. If you want to go deeper with this on a personal level, decide to book with me one-on-one, and we can walk through your Lilith and understand what is your sun sign saying and what aspects are coming from your Lilith to your sun sign, and dive a little bit deeper on what these repressions may look like and help you with particular rituals, spell work, because I do have a book out there, by the way, a free PDF guide. If what is your degree, right? Drop your degree down in the chat. Are you 14 degrees? Are you 16 degrees? I have a free PDF guide. It's not free. I lied. But I do have a paid PDF guide, which I think is at a low price, quite frankly, on each of the degrees, which will give you spells, it'll give you breath work, it'll give you an invocation of a particular guide. I think the Leo was actually, I know what the Leo one is, I'm not telling you. And then there's an affirmation along with each with a deep description. I mean, deep description on each degree. So I don't know what your Black Moon Lilith degree is. Is it 11? Is it 10? Is it 13? I don't know what it is, but that free PDF guide is going to be a support for you on my website. So check that out, or check the description down below to book a one-on-one or to get that PDF. And I will see you soon, Leo. I really enjoyed this. Thank you. I'll see you soon. La 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 la. Subscribe. Type energy. This is what made you powerful in all the dynasties that have existed through plenty of your incarnations, and why you fear your power in this particular lifetime. So that's a possibility. You can join by actually applying for the one-on-one application, and if not, retreat here in Mexico. You can do this one-on-one shamanic mentorship online. We'll still learn some of those same things, but you don't have to be here physically in person. But I do think and believe truly that Scorpio is the one. It's about physical power that started from the intangibles. So hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new. Check out our application or join and book for a one-on-one. If not that, you can obviously join our membership. And that's something where we're going to be focusing on practices every day, alchemizing not only your pain, but your true gifts.